before we move on to that, man, we have to talk about the meltdown. What were your thoughts on Anthony and Joshua first exiting the ring, throwing the belts out? Usyk's belts, these are Usyk's belts that he won, 10 months ago, and then pretty much taking the mic and giving a loser's winner speech, man. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the belts are random. I don't know what happened there. The other part I have no issue with. I agree with Jesus' comment earlier. He says, no AJ meltdown. People complain of AJ being too nice before and after fights, especially in Reese 1. And now he got emotional. Go ahead, AJ, do it again. Yeah, I mean, people complain that he was too nice. Now they're saying he's too mean. Look, I don't care, man. Look, if you're a competitor, you react certain ways. He was clearly very emotional, disappointed, frustrated, even in the post-fight press conference, shed some tears. Yeah, I think the only part I didn't understand was the belts. I don't know what was said there and why they were tossed, but yeah, I think it added to the drama. I think it made the show ultimately better because the fight wasn't that great. So I think the biggest talking point of the fight was this, because there wasn't much action in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, for my take, I get it. He's human. He got emotional. He's on adrenaline. The fight just ended. At first, when I saw him walking out, I thought that was a sportsmanlike, and I saw him coming back. I was like, all right. But then I saw what he said, and I was like, man, he should have just walked out. Again, I think as athletes at that level, like you said, he tends to take the mic and he tends to be nice. This time, my problem is that he always tends to take the mic. He always wants to input himself. It wasn't his moment. It was Usyk's moment. I know Usyk has a language barrier. He can't really, give a speech in English like AJ can, but I think AJ should have just kept it short. He started talking about himself, about coming into the sport late. I don't know, man. It sounded like he was looking for like pity party type, and yeah, it kind of takes away from his effort. Should have kept it short. I know he gave Usyk props. Should have left it at that. And again, I get it. You're human. His mentality is that of a winner. You don't ever want to lose, especially on that stage. That very close to regaining the title. But yeah, in my opinion, just keep it short.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think it added to the drama of the event.
Yeah.
I didn't care too much for it, honestly. I know AJ kind of gets like that Canelo treatment, right? A lot of people like to criticize his every move. I don't know. I think if it was anyone else, no one would care. But because it's Anthony Joshua, people have something to say, And yeah, I think people are highlighting the negativity. He did, also offer Usyk help with the Ukraine and things like that. He was holding up the Ukraine flag. So not everything was negative, but obviously it's Joshua. So that's what people are going to highlight. And it was just a little odd, in my opinion. I don't know what was going on, but it was entertaining to me. I don't know. I didn't care too much for it.
It was just a lot. It was a lot of good, a lot of cringe, some good cringe. I don't know. It was. I think maybe that's why Tyson Fury said it was shit. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, look, Usyk didn't care. He just looked at him and continued and held his flag and then did the post-fight interview. Yeah. So I just think I saw a lot of people talking about it, and it was like the people who've been criticizing Anthony Joshua. So it's like, man, who cares? You're not a star like him, so why are you talking type thing? But I don't know. Everybody reacts different ways, and I didn't understand the way he acted, but I'm not going to judge him for it either because, hey, I saw the fight. It was cool. We all need a little bit of WWE in these events, man. I think it just adds to the drama of everything. And going to some comments, I don't think people care that much, honestly. Big Bro says, agree with Jesus. He had a moment of emotion. Who cares what people think? They're not in the shoes and don't know the pressure he faces being AJ. And I don't know, I can only assume, but I think it was that pressure of, look, I lost to this guy. There's a lot of money on the table. There's big fights on the table. I think he mentioned something about the Fury fight, or alluded to the Fury fight. Now it seems gone, when they pretty much had it set, right? Until Wilder came in and decided that he wanted to get knocked out again. That fight was set. And Wilder was like, no, knock me out again, Tyson Fury. I want to get beat for the third time. But it was going to be the biggest fight in British history. Wembley Stadium, I'm sure, sold out, tons of money. They would have probably made more than one fight happen, right? And they ended up fighting other guys. Fury had other compromises. Of course, Wilder's team got involved, and legally they had to oblige, man. They had that contract, so now it seems like that fight, it's not as interesting as before. It might be gone forever. Fury's now looking at Usyk, so I think part of that was it too, and just waiting to fight Usyk again. And I feel like Joshua let himself down in this fight. I feel like he could have done more, and probably when he watches this, he's gonna be like, damn, I should have just gone for it, especially in that 9th round. But yeah, I didn't care too much about the quote unquote meltdown. Thought it was a little odd. But Usyk didn't care. He just looked at him and kept on about his business. He was feel. He was feel. He was very feel.
He was very feel. Usyk's very respectful in there, so I'm sure he didn't understand half of the stuff Joshua was saying. But I don't know if you saw Loma with his little fisherman hat was in there. He was also trying to console AJ, and obviously Loma's a little guy. AJ's towering figure. He kind of pushed him around a little bit, but again, it's the emotion.
I saw that.
I just pushed him around. I was like, you don't do that to my boy Loma, but it's all right. It's adrenaline running, so yeah.
All right, let's go to some comments real quick. Max, shout out to Max. He says, Aram said he plans on doing the fight in December or early next year. Big Bro says he saw an interview with Bob. He told Terrible in a recent interview, either December, but most likely February, to avoid competition with the World Cup. Of course, that's coming up this winter. Big Bro says Usyk beats Fury. He better not keep ducking. Never forget Cunningham and Wall In had him on the brink of a KO loss, says Big Bro. Jason says Usyk came from defending his country against Russia. Talk about mental strength.